The New York Times? Yes. The Street? Oh. CNBC, Fox Business, USA Today? Yes. Bloomberg? Oh. Forbes, the Financial Times? Yeah. It seems like it's very important for a lot of individuals to be able to advertise their business. Yeah. And it's very important to me to be able to advertise mine. Yes. Now, I know the generals and admirals, when they want that command, yeah, they're going to agree to a pay cut to make sure that every American citizen has meaningful access to judicial review. Yes. Because it's quite a responsibility, isn't it? Yeah. Now, for those that are concerned about my ability to pay for this lawsuit, yes. I like the generals and admirals to ask themselves, do I have to pay or does the federal government? It looks like you haven't been defending the Constitution of the United States. Now, I've been emailing Criminal Investigative Division of the United States Army, and you just could not do anything while being the command of the United States military. Now, it looks like we had some problems with the cities, the counties, the states, and the federal government realizing what is known as meaningful access to judicial review available to the poor, as well as those who can afford to pay. Now, let's say you're an admiral, and you wanted that aircraft carrier. You were there in Honolulu, Greenert. Oh, Locklear. Well, I'm a little upset because my Gmails keep getting obstructed. Yes. I noticed that I've been emailing the Wall Street Journal and there hasn't been any availability of me making known my personal predicament right now. So for all of you that feel a compulsion to make yourselves known in any form of media, yes, why don't you get me the last 50 years of 1 to 4 star generals and admirals and how many times that you've appeared in the media so as to make yourself look good. Ouch! Now, when you don't protect my rights as an indigent, poor American citizen, and I inform you, yes, yes, that my rights are being violated, it seems that those in law will just get me the names, right, of every 1 to 4 star general, yes, of the United States military. Yeah, for the last 40 years, and every publication that you put your name in, so as to look good when going through the vetting process of Congress. It's well, you're not defending my right. I'm a little concerned that the clerk of the court, yes, that used the forgery, ooch, or is it the clerk of the court that processed my wife's application? See, there's this petitioning, yes, for dissolution of marriage, yeah, that goes through the clerk of the court, yeah, hmm and that I have been deprived of my indigent rights for the last 8 years and 3 months. Now, generals, are you sure that you can't afford your own attorney, or does the military have to provide you one? If I named you in a personal lawsuit for the last 40 years, right, of every general and admiral of the United States of America that has any knowledge of this, yes, is there some reason why the military has to pay for your legal representation? Is that a benefit? Do you have enough money to pay for your own attorney? Clerk of the court, an officer appointed by the court to work with the chief judge in overseeing court administration, especially to assist in managing the flow of cases through the court and maintain court records. The public court record will show that I never got served before there was any permanent court hearings. And for some reason, the court thought it was sufficient to protect my rights as the respondent. Yeah, to serve me after they had the court hearing. Now, a complaint is a written statement by the plaintiff stating the wrongs allegedly committed by the defendant. Yes. Let. Well, I know you're in the military and you say it's military law, but of all counsel, legal advice, a term used to refer to lawyers in a case. Yes. A court is a government entity authorized to resolve legal disputes. Yeah. Judges sometimes use court, yeah, to refer to themselves in the third person, as in the court has read the briefs. Yes. Now, I know that the court reporter, yes, the audio and video of all those court hearings, yeah. Why don't we get that again? Yes, because I'm going to need it. And for every time my wife said I was crazy, yes, I was homeless, yes, she couldn't find me, yes, that you just had to issue it, yes, I'm going to get me the audio and video of every court hearing. She said numerous times that Paul was an indigent pauper that was required to have an attorney represent him. Now, for every time that you appeared in court, General or Admiral, yes, over the last 40 years, yep. Have you ever had any civil matters where I could sue you? Well, I'd really like my sons today, and I'd like to have my victims' resources, yes, and then victims' restitution, yeah, and victims' rights, ooch, and then the benefits of being indigent, yeah. Now, the damages are the money paid by defendants to successful plaintiffs in civil cases, to compensate the plaintiffs for their injuries. Yes, these are civil cases, right? And in the civil cases, as an indigent man, yes, I understand the court rules right now that the United States federal government is going to pay a lot of money to represent me. And now, why don't you go ahead, yes, and make a little phone call, informing those in office, yes, I'd like to have my family today. Do you have any money set aside for your own personal legal expenses?